TikTok probably saved my life, guys. And that sounds ridiculous to you guys, but it probably saved my life. As a big lad, it's pretty tough to climb hills on a moped, on a bicycle.
It's come out now. It's come out now. There's all these people donating to him, thinking he's. Look at this. There's all these people donating to him, thinking he's on a push bike. He's just come out now. He's on a fucking moped. I could do 1,300 miles on a moped. You're nothing special. I love dogs more than humans. Now, I'm not even lying. I love dogs more than humans because dogs are better than humans. They're kinder than humans. They're more loving than humans. They're more forgiving than humans, and they don't fucking answer back. Hello and welcome back to the Lock-In Podcast. If you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Mike, and this is Baz. Say hello, Baz.
Hello, Baz.
Welcome to our virtual pub, The Brace of Readlings. This is basically just me and Baz chatting in our virtual pub to interesting people. And today's interesting person is Martin. You may know him better on TikTok as 3 Dumbbells, but for those that you were listening on audio format, you won't see that Martin is currently swinging in a huge wicker chair in a very, very sunny place. So, Martin, where are you, mate?
I'm in Malaga. I'm about 30 minutes from the airport in a place called Al Harin in the hills, mountains. So, yeah, it's nice. About 17 degrees today, guys.
Okay. Yeah, we were just chatting before we came on. About 22 minutes ago, I was on the 8th green of a very rainy and windy golf course in Donegal in Ireland and realised that I had to be here. So I ran off the course. And so if I sound out of breath, that's why. Because I've literally run from the 8th green of our golf course. So usually, I'd like to say we're usually much more prepared than this, but no, this is us, I'm afraid. So
I was in bed an hour ago.
Yeah, Baz has been out last night as well. So, like I say, we're in our virtual pub. It's not unusual to see 2 middle-aged blokes chatting to another bloke, one of whom's hungover, one of whom's out of breath, and don't know the guy that they're talking to. So it's a real-life situation. Do you want to introduce yourself? So obviously you are now, as you say, you're in Malaga, and we'll talk about how you came to our attention on TikTok shortly. But talk us through it. Who is Martin?
Okay, so Martin Lewis. I live, like you say, I live in Malaga. I've got 7 daughters. Can I name them? Callie, Karma, Christina, Chloe, Kayla, Kia, Cara. That's a mouthful.
That's just lazy. Having them all starting with the same letter, that's just lazy so you don't forget anything.
I know, we just couldn't be bothered after 3.
Who do you think you are, the Kardashians?
But yeah, like you said, we're in Malaga, a place called Al Harin. So we're up in the mountains. I mean, I don't know if you can see. In fact, if you look behind
you, mate. Yeah.
I've climbed it. I've climbed. Oh, well, nearly went. I've climbed that mountain.
Look, the people who are listening on an audio platform wouldn't appreciate how funny you falling off that wicker chair would be. So there's no point because it's going to be wasted on half our audience.
I've got the pool right next to me. It would have been more epic off camera than on. Anyway, so yeah, that's me. I'm 50 years old and I joined TikTok because the kids wanted me to. That's it.
Well, you had enough pressure if there's 7 of them.
Exactly. And do you know what? Actually, it changed. It kind of changed. Oh, Dad, please join us on TikTok. So then I did. Dad, get off TikTok because I was doing better.
So how have you come to live in Spain, Martin?
So I bought a little finca out here for the girls, a little investment for the girls for their future, and I bought the finca for them, and so yeah, came out here and just liked the lifestyle, and because it was so easy to go back to the UK every month. I thought, you know what, I'll stay here.
I was in Tenerife last week, and it's quite a shock, even though I was only there for 9 days, it's quite a shock to get on a plane in 27 degrees and 4 hours later get off in Belfast and it's 4 degrees.
Yes, I know.
That hurt.
And when you're over here as well, you kind of, you don't appreciate it, do you? It becomes a regular thing that you wake up at 17, 20, 25, and you kind of, you lose the appreciation a little bit until you go back to the UK or...
I remember last week in Tenerife, I was sitting there in t-shirt and shorts at like 9 o'clock at night, watching a League of Ireland game where I could see the player's breath. So I fully appreciated how good the weather was at that point. When I saw that at home, you could see the player's breath.
So, Mike, can we touch on sort of earlier life? Because I've seen some of your videos that you posted up, like from before you ever were on TikTok.
I worked in a dive shop in Gozo, actually. I don't know if you've been to Gozo. It's a lovely little island that's just off Malta. And I did some diving as a dive master there with them, taking people out diving and stuff like that. And do you know what? It's just amazing. But like everything, I got bored of it after a while and returned to the rat race. But yeah, no, I like diving. So I've lived here, there, and everywhere.
So going back to TikTok, yeah, your TikTok is 3 dumbbells for anyone who wants to. Wherever you're listening or watching this, we'll stick all the links below so you can follow Martin. So talk us through what 3 dumbbells is, and how it became 1 dumbbell.
Okay, so originally it was my girls were on it, of course. You know, with 7 daughters, they're going to be. So the girls were on it, and they were always encouraging me to get involved in the TikTok. And I don't know, you know the score, guys. You kind of look at TikTok and you think, do you know what? Is that for me? This synchronized dance? What's going on? And it wasn't. And so, but I stepped out of my comfort zone. And actually, I still remember the first TikTok I done, which was, I don't even know the sound audio. It's wear it big.
Yeah,
and then suddenly, okay, so mine was my belly coming out. So lockdown had hit me hard, and I'd gained a lot of weight. So I was holding my belly in, and then suddenly it pops out, and that seemed to attract a lot of viewers. So it became viral. The first one I'd done, I say viral, I mean it was 1 million views. So you know,
just 1 million views. You know what I mean? Like, mate, we'll come on to why you don't think 1 million views is that many later.
yeah. Okay, so then the girls, Dad, you're TikTok famous. I'm like, what are you talking about? And after that, I kind of got hooked and I got dragged into it.
So yeah, we were saying that your first video there got 1 million views. But yeah, we need to talk about the biggie. We need to talk about the biggie. So. If people are on TikTok, there's a very, very good chance you'll have seen one of Martin's videos, whether it be on TikTok or the telly. There's. So I will. I'll briefly talk through what it looks like so people know what we're talking about, and then you could talk about you kind of from your point of view. You will have seen it. It's the guy dressed in kind of linen shirt and pants, taking his shoes off. He's like, oh no, I'm going to get my shoes dirty. Look at this puddle. And then he goes to step off it and disappears into the puddle above his head. Baz and I have both had similar kind of experiences with a viral video that just goes nuts. So, we know exactly what it's like and how crazy it is. But from your point of view, talk us through A, how that video came about, and then B, what that kind of how it your experience of how much it snowballed.
Okay, so it was my 50th. It was my 50th, and we decided. In fact, Rachel, my wife, she treated me. So let's go to the Maldives. We'll treat you for your 50th and all this sort of stuff. So she put this trip together. Whilst we're in the Maldives, we're diving with tiger sharks. Now, it's, honestly, guys, incredible. The scuba diving is something else in a place called Fuvamala. So we're diving with these tiger sharks in the Maldives. And we speak to this lady on land, and she said, "Oh, have you been to the mud spa?" Mud spa? So she said, have you been to the mud spa? I thought, no, I never heard of it. She went, oh, a guy came here once from the UK, and his video went viral. It's like 500 million.
Yeah.
Really? What did he do? He just fell in a puddle. Okay, great. Let's go over and have a look. So left her behind, off to the mud baths we went, and we arrived there, and I can see this kind of, in the Maldives, this place is a place where they all go. They get in the mud, and they all have a little splash about and a wash. It's good for your skin. We all know that, mud. So I got there, and this one guy disappeared. I'm like, okay, I see a tits up. I see a tits up. So I picked the moment. Listen, it was all set up. Of course it was. It was all set up. And picked the moment. I said, you got it on record, yeah? And I knew I was going to disappear, but I didn't know. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know how long I would disappear for. It was deeper than I thought. I thought it was like, you get in, you might need to scrunch up a little bit and stay under the surface for a couple of seconds. Guys, when I came back up, that was after the reaching the bottom. It was massive. So down I went, and Jesus, I need to swim fast. So I came up to the top, and that was the TikTok. So yeah, we went over there. It was deliberate, of course it was, and I didn't stay down there any longer than I needed to. I literally until I swam back up again, and I knew at the time that, you know what, this is going to be a good TikTok. Did I know it was going to be as good a TikTok as it was? No, probably not. I probably did not know that.
Well,
So how many views has it had?
I just had a look. It's 32.3. I've just had a quick look now.
Wow.
So yeah, 32 million. But then it went crazy over on Instagram. Honestly, guys, if I went into Instagram, you wouldn't believe some of the people that contacted me. Lad Bible, World Hip Hop, all these different types of Instagrammers that were pretty big. You know, they had a lot of following, and they all said, "Can we buy the licensing rights for this video?" And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm not selling it to anybody. Just all use it." They all wanted me to sign sort of contracts and all this sort of stuff, and I was like, "No. Listen, if I'm spreading smiles, that's all that matters. I'm not worried about making a little bit of money on me falling in a puddle."
Yeah. As Mike said, you know, we've also sort of experienced that sort of virality of a video. Mine nowhere near as much as you two in the sort of terms of a single number video. But it's that thing where your experience changes really becomes different on TikTok, because all of a sudden you're watching that little red icon change to 99 in a second. And
after that video, in fact, I was still on holiday. I was celebrating my 50th. We were in the Maldives for a couple of weeks, and that was halfway through. And the temptation to try and get my phone out my pocket while the wife wasn't looking, you know, like, I'll see how it's going. And every time I did that, I was looking down and seeing there were notifications, 99, press refresh, suddenly 50, 67, 99 again. Press, you know, it was absolutely crazy, but I was loving it, you know, and the followers that all came in. Do you know what the crazy thing is now, Baz? I'm losing followers. They all came for the puddle. There's puddle action going on. They're all going.
I had one where it's literally an 8.5 second clip of me painting my decking grey with a broom instead of a brush. I mean, it had 26.5 million views on TikTok. Then again, you know, I was contacted by 20, 30, 40 different companies asking for the rights to use it. I said no to them all.
Yeah.
Because I just thought I want people to come to me to see it. Anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I did that, and then a few months later I posted it again. It got another 6.5 million. So it's, you know, so that's had like 32 million similar.
Wow.
And it's just, but yeah, you get loads of people who do that. But the thing with me, because mine was so significantly different to the rest of my content, I got a load of people who went, "Oh, I like that," like because it's a life hack or DIY or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So I'm now cropping up on people's For You page, going, "Who's this middle-aged bloke pissing about who thinks he's funny?" Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't remember following him. And then they've no, because my face didn't even appear in the decking video, so they've no idea how they've followed me. So that's how my followers are going down now. There's all these people who are expecting really cool life hacks or DIY tips, and you'll see this middle-aged bloke pissing about in a wig. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty much the same with me. I think, yeah, exactly the same format. I've had all these people. Oh, this guy seems funny enough. He's fell in a puddle. Oh no, look at him. He's in a fucking tutu. Nah, forget that.
Well, I was going to say it was because obviously your earlier content was you being a big lad wearing like some fairly bizarre outfits and doing some fairly bizarre things for a man of your size, or former size, I should say.
Yeah. It's coming back. Baz. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I think all my content is really. I mean, there's a lot of replies to trolls and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've got Asperger's, and I used to take these comments quite seriously. They'd affect me for days, Baz. No shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have a troll call me this and call me that, and I'd walk away from TikTok. 2 days, I'm suffering. You know, what's it called me? And people don't realise the effect it does have on certain people, and it did have a big effect on me. But now, TikTok's changed me as a person. You know, I relish that hate. You know, because now, oh great, I've got some content. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
And, no, I don't care what people think about me acting like a prat. It's all good.
So I'm the same as you. That I only got into TikTok because the kids were into TikTok, and I was. Yeah. They didn't tell me to get on it, but I was like, right, if you're on this app, I need to know what's going on to check it's okay for you to be on it. Exactly. And I had the very similar sort of thing. My first video, I was giving my son a lockdown haircut, couldn't find a water sprayer, so I used the steam iron. Not the steam off the steam iron. That would be a bad thing.
The spray part.
You know, the sprayer off the steam iron. So I use that.
Okay.
150,000 views on my first. I mean, the kids are going, "Oh my God, Dad!" And I'm like, "Is this not normal?" I don't know. I have no frame of reference. Do you know what I mean? It was like, all right, is that not normal then? So that's how I got into it, and then I did a couple of dances with the kids, and then it kind of morphed or evolved into this just me pissing about, telling really bad jokes and doing skits and stuff. So it's a similar sort of journey, because obviously, I mean, like I say, you're 50, Bazzy's
54,
73 or something.
900.
And I'm 47. So yeah, we're not your average TikTokers, but that lockdown kind of opened TikTok to people of our age,
of course,
who were just bored shitless of doing nothing.
Of
you know
course,
what I mean? Because there's nothing else to do. I might as well piss about on TikTok.
Exactly. I'll be honest with you now. I think, I mean, I've had in the past, I've not been very good. You know, I've misbehaved with certain substances, and lockdown was the enemy for me. You know, this is not going to be good. But TikTok came along, and do you know what? I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, but TikTok probably saved my life, guys. And that sounds ridiculous to you guys, but it probably saved my life. I was going down the route of, okay, we've got nothing to do. We've got money. We're bored. What are we going to do? And I didn't, because TikTok was filling my life. Okay, we need to do this. We need to get the props right for this. We need to do this. And there was just TikToks going on. And for a year, I was smashing TikToks. You know, whether some of them were rubbish, some of them were okay, and 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 a day. But that kept my time occupied, and it kept me away from where I was going to go. And I honestly, genuinely believe that even today, I can say to you now that TikTok saved my life.
I won't go as far as to say that TikTok saved my life. I mean, I completely understand it. You were saying it sounds stupid. It doesn't at all. I get it 100%. TikTok didn't save my life, but it certainly got me through lockdown with my mental health in a much better state than it would have done.
Yeah.
Because being locked down from, I mean, like I say, I moved to Ireland knowing that I could get on a plane and be, 50 quid and 45 minutes, I could be with my daughter whenever I wanted to be. Do you know what I mean? And I knew that I could do that. And so it was an easy move, because it's like, it's not Australia. It's not, I don't have to, find $2,000 and 36 hours or whatever to get home. It was like, literally, if she called me in the morning, needed me, I could be there in the evening. And it wasn't that much different than if she'd have moved to Devon or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was comfortable with that when we moved. But then obviously with lockdown, I wasn't able to, because there was a sea in the way. I couldn't just get in the car and go.
Exactly.
And being apart from my daughter and my mom and my dad and all that, because it was tough. But TikTok got me through it. And people who aren't on TikTok will don't understand, just won't get it. And that's fine. But hand on heart, TikTok got me through that with, I mean, I still have ups and downs. I still have bad days and things, but TikTok got me 100% got me through lockdown with my mental health in a much better state.
Yeah.
Than if it hadn't been. And like Baz says, I've met Baz, I met loads of people. We're actually having a meet up with, there's probably about 15 to 20 of us who we've met through TikTok. We're all meeting up in Manchester. Because me and Baz are, don't know if I mentioned it, but me and Baz next week are filming for TV all week. So I'm back in England. So,
I've seen some references on Baz's account.
I don't mention this, and I know it annoys people, but we're not allowed to tell you what it is.
Okay.
You'll find it. I'll tell you what, when it airs in the spring, you'll be bored of hearing about it. But yeah, I'm back over in England next week. So use that opportunity to gather everyone together. So we've got people coming from Scotland, from Devon, from all over the country, meeting up in Manchester for a night out. And none of those people, in fact, 2 of those people knew each other before TikTok.
Got it.
Other than that, none of us knew each other, and we've all become really, really good mates. And this podcast, this all came from me and Baz met via the medium of TikTok, started like WhatsApping and stuff. And then we said, look, we're in lockdown. We can't go to the pub. Me and Baz just said, like, let's FaceTime each other on a Wednesday night. FaceTimed each other a couple of times. Thought that was good, wasn't it? And then thought, fuck it, why don't we invite everyone else?
Yeah.
So that's why we did this. And that's why the live podcast that we've done, I mean, this is episode 27, 28, I can't remember.
Okay.
But this is a new format for us. But we've done 20 odd that were live on a Wednesday night. And we've found a community of people who enjoy what we're doing. And, we've got guests who come on. We've become really good mates with it. And all of those things have come through TikTok. So, yeah. And are you the same as me, that occasionally you nip back to Facebook and then just go, "Oh God, it's horrible here. I'm going back. I don't like it. Run away."
Yeah, do you know what? It's a completely different community, isn't it? I mean, I've tried to put the occasional TikTok on Facebook, but it doesn't work so well. I mean, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the TikTok community are very, as a rule, they are very positive. And those that are not, there's so much of a minority. We can deal with it. We can get some content out of it and have a bit of a laugh with it. But Facebook community is very different to the TikTok community. I've seen that. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, that leads us really neatly, nice segue without even knowing about it. But that leads us really neatly onto something that you were able to do, given your newfound TikTok following. You recently did a charity bike ride. Now, the thing I love about your charity bike ride, by the way, is you didn't do it for one charity. You did it for very specifically for a different dog every day. I mean, mate, I love dogs. I love dogs more than humans. Now, I'm not even lying. I love dogs more than humans because dogs are better than humans. They're kinder than humans. They're more loving than humans. They're more forgiving than humans, and they don't fucking answer back. So, so all of those reasons, I'm sticking with that. Dogs are better than humans. Anyway, the fact that you did a charity bike ride and chose a different dog every day to raise money for, I love the idea for that. So talk us through the charity bike ride. Where did you go? Where did the idea come from? What happened? And how are these dogs?
Okay, so it was called The Great Escape. They're a charity called The Great Escape, and basically what she does, she brings in the dogs that nobody else is going to give a look in on. They're dogs that are disabled, possibly elderly, paralysed. These dogs are getting put down. I promise you, these dogs in the normal world are getting put down. But Andrew doesn't want to let go of these dogs. She wants to give them a chance. So she brings the dogs in. So to be honest with you, she ends up looking after them for life because nobody else wants these dogs. But they still need feeding. They still need the vet bills paid and all this sort of stuff. So I thought she's a remarkable woman. And when Rachel, she was doing some voluntary work, the wife, she was doing some voluntary work for The Great Escape. And she came to me and she said, they're looking to try and do some sort of fundraising. Have you got any ideas? I said, well, I can ride a bike. It's about all I can do. She said, well, what are you prepared to do? I said, well, I don't know. Dover to where we live. Yeah, great, I'll do. And so when I've always been into riding bikes anyway, but as a heavy lad, it's not as easy as it would be for the average Joe, the one that normally gets on the bike. So we decided to put it together. So we did. So that was the intention. In fact, I can't remember what she said the other day, but we've actually cashed it over now to her. I think it was about £7,000 we raised, and the idea was from Dover to Malaga, just ride every day. So we started, and I did an average of 100 miles every day. I never did any less. Some days were 150 miles. But guys, I'm still suffering. It was tough as fuck. Even now, we're talking what we are now. So today's Saturday. We're now 3 weeks later. My undercarriage. Yeah, let me give you a story. So, do you guys ride a bike at all? Do you know anything about riding bikes?
Well, I can ride a bike. That's about it. So.
Okay, so over long.
Baz has only just progressed from stabilisers. So.
Only just. I'm down to one stabiliser in a minute.
So over long distance, when you're sitting in the seat for quite a long time, you've got shorts and stuff that are designed for it. And they've got a bit of padding inside, the bib shorts. So they've got padding all inside and all this sort of stuff. So I ordered these particular bib shorts for the ride a couple of months before the ride. Meanwhile, I lose £30 and then 15 during the ride. So now these bib shorts don't even fit. They're supposed to fit snugly. If they fit snugly, they're great. No problem. If they don't fit snugly, chafe. And the whole, it was 1,000 miles later, looking down, I've got blisters everywhere. It's a complete mess. There's pus piling out and all sorts. I can't even, every morning I get on the seat, I'm like, it was absolutely agony. It was because the bib shorts didn't fit anymore. It was really painful. I'm not going to lie. And that's still a mess down there now, guys. I'm still popping blisters every morning.
For those listening on the audio platforms, Martin hasn't just showed us anything, so you're not missing anything.
So you ended up doing 1,000 miles.
So the total distance, I think, was about 1,300 miles, roughly, give or take, and it was over 12 days. The minimum was 101 miles. The maximum was 150 miles in a day. And yeah, we just went off from 3, 4, 5 a.m. and off we went. France was pretty easy, but I tell you what, there was one particular story that scared me. I don't know if this is good for the podcast, but it kind of
will be.
When you're riding along and your head's in the clouds and you're just enjoying it for what it is, and the hills are alive with the sound of music. You're miles away, and then something happens that triggers you into, whoa, this is dangerous. And I'll tell you what that was. I came around the corner. The wife's there. There's a van that's pulled alongside her. This is in the middle of Spain. The van that's pulled alongside her. There's 3 men in it. They've looked over. It's almost like they're looking for someone else in the van. She's just told, go away, what's the matter with you? Go away. Off they went, and they've parked up the road a little bit. Anyway, I've seen her. All right, love, yeah, everything's fine. Give me a sandwich. Okay, and then she's gone. She's gone up the road, and those 3 guys are waiting for her. They've parked the van across the road so she can't get past. Well, she would struggle to get past. They've got out the car. They're now all in the road. They're trying to stop her. They've got the van doors, the back doors of the van open. She's drove around and they're, whoa, and they've got the bonnet up. Help, help, help. She's realised something's not right. And she's gone up the curb and she's tried to get past them. One of them she hit. She's gone past him and she's gone up the road. As I've approached, they're putting the bonnet down, they're shutting the back doors, they've gone. Guys, they were going to take her. They were going to take her. And
which country were you in at this point?
This was in the middle of Spain. And I pulled up alongside her. She said, what was that all about? I was like, whoa. And you know what? At that point, then it's like, okay, now we're guarded. It's all right going along, and you haven't got a clue what's going on, and your head's in the clouds, and you're enjoying life. The sun's shining, but actually, there's an element of danger to all of it, and it made us both really think about what's going on. I mean, could you imagine, guys, if she'd have stopped? She'd have been in the back of the van. What are they going to do with her? What are they going to do with her? So, yeah, anyway, that's a bit of a mundane...
It could be a dangerous world out there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mundane thing to think about, but it just kind of gave us a little bit of a reality check that, it's it can be quite dangerous out there. But anyway, so yeah, we've done the ride. We finished in 12 days like we expected to. It was 1,300... it was a little bit more than that, but it's 1,300 miles in total. The elevation, getting up the hills... as a big lad, it's pretty tough to climb hills on a moped, on a bicycle.
It's come out now. It's come out now. There's all these people donating to him, thinking he's. Look at this. There's all these people donating to him, thinking he's on a push bike.
No,
he's just come out now. He's on a fucking
Strava,
moped. I could do 1,300 miles on a moped. You're nothing special.
Mike, stop it. Can I add to that? If you go on Strava, you'll see my heart rate went up on the hill. So if I was pushing the bike, yeah, maybe. But yeah, so it finished in 12 days. And anyway, so now 3 weeks later, my undercarriage is still bad. My knees are still bad. And do you know what? My thumb, my finger, and that on both hands, I can't feel them. I don't know where they are. They're not there. It's weird. I can't even put my nose.
Wow. Is this literally from just gripping the handlebars for that amount of time?
Honestly, Baz, I don't understand it. I've never had it before. The wife, she'll give me shoulder massages, elbow, trying to free it. I'm going to have to go to a specialist because it's still not come back. I don't understand it. But yeah, it's just from holding the handlebars from that amount of time. But
it's from the vibration of the handlebars of the moped. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's because of the revving.
Holding the accelerator like that the whole way is just like, they get RSI.
30 mile an hour. That's what it was, yeah. And actually, I was just going to say, Mike, what Mike's saying, funny enough, a hater came on and I'm on one of my TikToks and he said, no way did you do that. It was a moped you were using. Well, okay, I'm gonna travel all the way up to Calais to ride a moped back at an average of 8, 10, 12 mile an hour all the way to Spain. And when we get to the hills, get off it and push it because my heart rate's going up. All this data is all on. Yeah, no, Mike, that didn't happen.
I'm assuming with all these things that now that you've done a large charity event like this, there's that sort of danger now of people going, what's next? Because they don't usually come in wands. So are you planning on doing anything else, which it obviously doesn't involve riding a bike?
Well, it's funny you should say that, Baz, because over the years, I don't know. We're all a little bit different, and you might be the same as me. But do you not need something to motivate you? You know, you need. I can't just go through life day by day with nothing to motivate me, because I then go down the wrong road. So I need something in the distance that's okay. That's the objective. Even if it's just a holiday and we need to get in the gym and we need to train and we need to look okay, so that when we're on the holiday, we look okay. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. I need something to motivate me, and I'm at that same.
See, I'm all right doing fuck all.
No, you're not.
I'm retired at 47 for the time being, so yeah, I'm okay with just pissing about on TikTok and the golf course.
I know that's not true.
That's the wife. It is.
But you know this, guys. Even if it's just a holiday, you know, you've booked a holiday that's in April, May time, you know, and okay, well, I need to look half decent. I want to put a vest on and not feel vulnerable. So, you know, you get in the gym, you've got something going on in your life that means that the next objective, you can get to it. And there's something going on. And I always need something going on. And if I don't, unfortunately, I do tend to go down the wrong route, in the sense that, you know, even with TikTok, I know we laughed about it earlier and we said, you know, it saved my life. And no, guys, I am serious. You know, I was bad for cocaine. I don't know if I even should be saying this on podcast, but listen, I was bad. I was bad for it. You know, my business was going under because of how bad I was for it. And at that point in our life, when lockdown's happening and there's nothing else going on, and that's the moment when you're like, you know what, a line would be nice right now. And hang on, I got a TikTok to do. And that's literally why it saved my life, because I was that bad on it at that point in time, that when TikTok came along, it saved my life. Definitely. 100%.
A positive focus to divert you away from the wrong path.
Exactly. For a year. I mean, how long was he in lockdown? It was a year, wasn't it? Lockdown?
Yeah. Longer.
Well, 18 months effectively.
Yeah. What an amazing story. Well, so I'm going to say thank you to you for being here, Martin. And also, look, whether you're listening on the audio platform or whether you're watching on the video platforms, we're going to stick all the links down there. So we'll stick a link to Martin's TikTok, so you can go and follow him. He's 3 Dumbbells on TikTok. So we'll stick a link to all his socials on there. We'll even stick a link to the charity that he raised money for as well, so you can go along and see more about that. But for the time being, Martin, thanks so much for being on.
Mike,
thank you, sir.
Mike and Baz, before I go, this TV thing, can you give us something?
Like I say, we're not allowed to tell you anything.
Anything?
We're not allowed to tell you anything for the time being. But yeah, believe me, you'll be sick of the sight of it by the time spring comes round and we're allowed to. Because we're allowed to film a load of stuff, just not post it until it airs.
Exactly.
My TikToks are just going to be swamped by all this TV shit that you're interested in now. But yeah, it will be good. So again, thanks so much, Martin. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for being on. You get back to the sunshine, pal. And thanks for being on. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you again next time.